welcome to The Traveling Introvert. Today I want to talk about sustainability, and not necessarily about gardening or food, but sustainability in your life. A lot of the times when you're thinking about planning something, maybe you have a project that you need to do, or work that you're doing, or a project that at home that you want to do, or just something in general, and you think, okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do or studying for some kind of exam that you have to pass. You might go in and start thinking, all right, well, when I was in college, I used to do 60-hour weeks, and that was studying and going to study hall and doing all of these things. And I was fine. Like, I was a little burnt out at the end, but I was fine. I could totally do that again. Wrong answer. Okay. Just because you did it in the past doesn't mean that you can do it in the future. And it also doesn't mean that it is good for you. So whenever you're thinking about introducing something into your lifestyle or introducing something into the way you work, try and figure out if it is sustainable, because then you'll be able to grow on it. If you're trying to add something that isn't sustainable and it's short term, that's kind of okay. But is it the best thing to do, especially, for example, with habits, you want to build good habits, is thinking about sustainability and what that looks like for you. And it's different for everybody. But for example, if I wanted to nap every afternoon between the hours of 2 and 4, I could. Is it sustainable? For me, yeah, probably. Because napping is key for me to have like the energy that I need and what have you. But if I was working a job that was 9 to 5 and I had to be in an office, then no, that would not be sustainable. Working 60 hours a week, is that sustainable? Not really. For some people, it might be sustainable for you. And when I say sustainable, to do it for like 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row. And now that we're thinking about different ways of adjusting your lifestyle, maybe you used to work in an office and now you're working from home, starting to think about how you can make that sustainable, the habits that you can create to make it sustainable and make it good for you is hugely important, because starting now will set you up for the rest of the long term, whatever that might throw at you. So thinking about times to get up, thinking about setting a schedule, and it doesn't have to be a super tight schedule. It can be as simple as at least 1 hour a day I'm going to meditate or do something that grounds me or energizes me. At least 1 hour a day I'm going to spend quality time with my family. I'm going to prep my meals on a Sunday so that I will have food for the rest of the week. And then have a backup plan. If you know you're not necessarily going to be able to prep on the Sunday, can you prep on the Saturday, or can you go 1 week out of 3, for example, without prepping? Doesn't mean that you failed. It just means you have accounted for things happening. But it is sustainable. 3 out of 4 is not a bad run, right? So as an introvert, this is super important, I find, because there's a certain amount of energy that is used in different ways. So is it sustainable for you to do a Zoom meeting every day? Or is it sustainable for you to do 8 Zoom meetings a day? Doesn't matter how many people are in that said Zoom meeting. Is it sustainable for you to go walking every day? Is it sustainable? The little things that matter. Is it sustainable as a leader, maybe as a manager? If you have a team of 5, you can totally do one-on-one meetings once a week. But if you have a team of 32, is that really sustainable? And if so, how are you going to make it work? Is it scalable? In that case, scalable and sustainable. So when you are thinking about habits and things to introduce, think about how they can be sustainable and bring good to your life and your lifestyle and what works for you. Because you need to be able to do things long term and think long term and not just about the present moment, to make sure that you can then go ahead and build on these things to make them sustainable. And then you build another thing, and that's how habits are formed. And I found that's been really useful just when thinking about, I'm going to try this new thing. Yeah, shiny object syndrome. You can try the new thing, but is it going to be sustainable long term? Will it give you results long term, or is it a short term quick thing? And if so, that can be okay, like ice cream. Or, but ice cream every day? Not so sustainable and not so good for you. So it's a different way of looking at it. Thank you for listening. This is Janice from The Career Introvert, helping introverts shine. If you have any questions for me, please email me at janice@thecareerintrovert.com. Have a great rest of your week.